Old Mr. Straight Shooter himself, Stephen A. Smith, is catching a lot of backlash after saying this about Representative Jasmine Crockett.
How Jasmine Crockett chooses to express herself, I'm like, is that going to help your district in Texas? Aren't you there to find a way to get stuff done as opposed to just being an impediment to what Trump wants? How much work goes into that? I'm just going to go off about Trump, cuss him out every chance I get, say the most derogatory, incendiary things imaginable.
Jasmine Crockett. Remember what I said? Is she a relation to the late, great Davy Crockett? I don't think so.
You are a fucking idiot.
Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person. I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
That's the man in power. I know what his agenda is. I'm not exactly in a position to stop him since the Republicans have the Senate and the House. But maybe if I'm willing to work with this man, I might get something out of it for my constituents.
Negro, please.
She's supposed to be there to represent the people of Texas.
You don't say.
Yeah, old Mr. talking out both sides of his mouth, Stephen A. Smith. He always got something to say about women of color, or better yet, powerful women of color. He had an issue with Michelle Obama. He had an issue with Kamala Harris. Now it's Jasmine Crockett. He doesn't like the way that Jasmine Crockett interacts with the President of the United States. Come on, man. The President of the United States and the way that he interacts with others is obnoxious.
Some interesting things are happening around the world, I'll say that.
It's been reported, Mr. President, it has been reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States.
I guess he wants Jasmine Crockett to just be a meek woman and don't say anything. But yet he doesn't have that same energy for Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of these guys out here that says what he wants, and people should just sit back and take it. He doesn't show respect to people of Congress or to the American people as well. But yet Stephen A. Smith want Jasmine Crockett to basically just be there and works with the president when the president doesn't work with them. Make that make sense. But what it is that Stephen A. Smith has reached a level of comfortability amongst the others. That's what it is. You know, he thinks that he's one of them now because he got a little bit of money.
Freak, brother!
But other people are calling him out. And I don't think he really likes that too well.
It's interesting that he chose Jasmine Crockett. Now, she doesn't serve in any leadership position. She's in the minority party. I wonder why he didn't single out, for instance, the President of the United States. And is he serving his constituents, the people that voted for him, by, I don't know, attacking a comedian and maligning a comedian, or maligning the opposition, the Democratic Party, or rambling in front of generals and the Navy? How is his constituents served? Does he serve his constituents like Mike Johnson, who constantly calls recesses so he won't have to deal of the matters of Congress? Or Jim Jordan, who's been in Congress for 18 years and never has written one piece of legislation? So why would it be her that you would single out? Her job to represent her constituents. When you're in the opposition party, the minority party, your job is to object and to be loud, to be a fly in the orbit, to gum up the works. She's doing what it is she has the power to do, what's in her capacity to do, what's in her bandwidth to do.
I've spent years watching Savion Glover and Gregory Hines, but I have never seen a better tap dancer than Stephen A. Smith. That is amazing. I didn't know you could tap dance that hard. Do his feet bleed? Are his fingers covered with butter biscuits that he's given by the Republican Party? Because at this point, there's no strategy to what he's saying other than there's a prominent black woman out here, so I'm going to end up attacking her. And here's why I think this is actually important. Because of what you've got going on at ESPN right now with him getting this new contract and everything else like that. And you've got this other gentleman there, Feinbaum, who says he's going to run for the Senate. And he's supposedly been pushed off ESPN. And now you've got this guy who said he was going to run for president, everything else like that. What Stephen A. Smith is desperately trying to do is keep afloat a network that, for all practical purposes, is dying like a lot of other places in cable. And he's doing the tried and true method that conservatives have known about for years, which is whether you're Megyn Kelly or you're Tucker Carlson or you're Ben Shapiro, find me a prominent black woman, scream at them, and then everybody will pay attention to me.
He ain't lying.
What I am saying has never been and is never going to be personal. I don't know this man. I've never met this man. I don't care. But what I will say, everything I'm saying now, I would say directly to his face. But I promise you he wouldn't do that to Jasmine Crockett or former Vice President Harris. I promise you he would never sit down with Jasmine Crockett and say that she's not doing anything. I promise you he would never sit across from Vice President Harris and tell her that she was a failure even though he voted for her. One of the things that distinguishes between being a loud content creator and an actual political analyst and an actual journalist is to have the integrity to stand behind what you say. Say it to my face or keep it quiet.
I will tell you that there is a through line between the Ice Cubes and the Jason Whitlocks and the Stephen A. Smiths. And these individuals, and Ice Cube may be slightly different than the other two,
Slightly.
but
Yes,
these individuals have been around since we have been on this freedom struggle. There have always been individuals out there which exhibit behaviors of charlatan.
He doesn't like it at all.
I just disagree on what she's making headlines for because I think it's counterproductive to the ultimate goal. But yet, here we are, and the word disrespect comes in, and people try to engage with words, like disrespect and implying misogyny and all of this other nonsense. Stop it. Can we just say, yo, Stephen A., I disagree with you. Here's why. We got Willie D. Put up that quote, please. He's putting out quotes or text or tweets about me. Let's see that again. Stephen A. Smith taking shots at Jasmine Crockett ain't just messy, it's weak. Dude is sitting on one of the biggest mics in America, and instead of using it to uplift, he's tearing down a black woman who's out here putting in real work. That ain't critique, that's betrayal. Jasmine Crockett ain't the problem. She's the kind of woman who walks into rooms full of snakes and makes the snakes flinch. Meanwhile, Stephen's showing what happens when the paycheck gets louder than the principal. That sucker straight up, end quote. Wow, Willie D. You sure are uplifting. I mean, I got to be touched. That was inspirational. Really, that really, really was.
No, you're quick to tear down Jasmine Crockett, but you let other people slide. You're trying to put your foot in a realm where Jasmine Crockett has had her foot in for a while. You're trying to get into politics. Now, what if Jasmine Crockett was to say that she doesn't like the way that you do sports or the way that you call sports? See, you can't have it both ways. You don't like when people come and tell you what you're doing wrong, but yet you're quick to tell other people what they're doing wrong. So let me know down in the comments what y'all think about what Stephen A. Smith said about Jasmine Crockett, and also the backlash that he's receiving in the comments below. The man on the street wants to know.